advanced hand chakra work, because this is good stuff. So we all know that there are chakras in the palms of our hands and there are chakras in the tips of our fingers. And I have a video online that goes into the fundamentals of hand chakra work. However, there are some mechanics that take place when a person uses their hand chakras, which allow us to enhance the effectiveness of the hand chakra work. So what the hand chakra does is it allows you to focus your attention on the afflicted area of the physiology more efficiently. Anyway, we're used to touching the world with our hands. And so when we get the hand chakra up there to wherever the need is, if it's a headache or something in the thyroid or whatever, shoulder pain, whatever, elbow, wherever the hand goes, the flow of attention goes with it. All right. So that's the main reason for bothering to move the hands, because you could just put your attention on your elbow. You don't really need the hand to do it, but somehow it kind of helps. It just helps. If you try putting your hand somewhere on the elbow or on the wrist or wherever you want to put the hand, you'll notice that right away, a little bit of warmth starts to come into that area. You'll notice some physical warmth. This is good. I mentioned last webinar that I had read an article about a new type of surgery. And this type of surgery, our bodies are basically made of electromagnetic material, essentially. And this type of surgery, what they do is they put little tiny needles into the flesh, and they shoot electromagnetic energy in there, and especially if it's something like cartilage, it warms up the tissue and the tissue becomes malleable. And then it's possible to put a mold over that spot, and when the tissue cools down with the mold on it, all of a sudden the tissue reforms itself. Well, it turns out that at night this happens consistently in cycles throughout the night. For those who experience witnessing in their sleep, if you're experiencing witnessing in your sleep, you'll notice that there are several times during the night that the body really heats up. Okay, so I'm laying in bed the other night and I'm going deep into the information that I want to give you guys in this webinar. And what I'm looking at is the difference, the very fine, delicate difference between body intelligence and the intelligence that we think of as the soul or the being in the body. Like, where's the line between the intelligence of the physical fleshy form and the intelligence of self? And so I was sitting in that junction between, where do I slice with my surgeon's knife there? Where do I slice between, this is intelligence that's completely directly from the physical form itself, whereas this part over here is from more like my ego and intellect and my mind, like that. So I'm going down, I'm slicing down like that, and all of a sudden awareness just clicks right into body intelligence, deeply into body intelligence. And I'm still doing what my agenda, and and all of a sudden the body's like, there's something going on with the thyroid, you need to pay attention. So I'm like, okay, I get my pillows up there. It's great to do this at night when you've got pillows and you're laying down, you're comfy, right? I get my pillows up there and I'm putting my hand chakras in a very comfortable way around my thyroid. And I start to realize, first of all, if you place mentally, you place a flower of life matrix over the palms of the hand, place it here. That orderly structure, multi-dimensional structure, causes the energy, the light energy coming out of the palm of the hand to be more orderly, to be magnified, and to be more purifying. Nourishing, purifying, magnifying. So that's there, and I'm kind of moving. I'm feeling, how does the energy want to move around? And it's moving a little bit. It's moving a little bit in that area. And then it settles down, because here, when we're doing the energy healing, it's good to transcend, right? So mind goes to the source of creation. Hand chakra is there, moving the energy around. All of a sudden, this area gets hot, like hot, hot, hot. If you'd taken my temperature at that moment, maybe a fever of like 104. I don't know. I was like sweating. I was really hot. And I could feel the center of the heat was right here with the thyroid. And so I realized that this is my body warming up the tissues in order to restructure the tissues so that the physical form goes back into order. And it was a moment when the only choice was to be as grounded in transcendental consciousness as possible. Because divinity, that source of creation, that transcendental consciousness, that field of pure being, is the field where the precise form of the healthy thyroid is contained, right? The blueprint for the healthy thyroid is found in the field of source. So ultimately, I mean, it also has there's some cosmic locations too, but everything comes back to source. Everything comes back to source. So hand chakra, flower of life matrix, you can move the energy around a little bit. You can feel some pulsing or it's like massaging, like you're massaging the energy, right? But then it starts to really heat up. And when the heat comes, diving awareness into source and letting the heat be there and let the source of creation be the mold. So the source of creation it provides the shape of the healthy organ. So let's review briefly the hand chakra. The hand is placed in the area that needs the support. There's that flower of life matrix over the palm. The awareness penetrates through the palm and through the flower of life matrix into the afflicted organ. It's good to massage it a little bit, to move the energy around a little bit because it softens things up, and it's part of the mining process. It's part of the process by which we're able to move in to the fundamental seed of that imbalance. And then when you get into the seed, what will happen is very likely is a tremendous heating process. And you may feel, especially if you do this kind of thing at night, because that's when the body heats up anyway, that the tissues will actually heat up. Do not be afraid. It can be incredibly hot, like feverishly hot, like, uh-oh, maybe I'm sick kind of hot. Do not be afraid. It is not bad. It is the warmth that tissue requires in order to literally reset itself, literally restructure itself. And the restructuring that occurs at that moment that the body's really physically hot is the new expression is provided by the source of creation, by being. So in energy healing, we focus our attention, right? So even though the hands are here and we're focusing on some part of the body, the awareness then, as soon as things really heat up, takes a dive to the transcendent. Because transcendental being will give you the shape and form that you need for not only optimal health, but for perfect divine expression, perfect expression of being. Yes.
If it's in your back, can you do it from front?
Oh, thank you for that question. Yes. So the question is, if it's in the back, because this is really awkward, right? Like, how do I, right? How do you do it? So yeah, the answer is you can use your hands on the front of the body and transmit the attention through the flesh, through the tissue to the back of the body. The other thing, yeah, because it's so, and the other thing is it could take a while. Like, I've been doing this for a while, right? I'm kind of like putting myself up here as an expert. It must have taken me at least 10 to 15 minutes to go through that whole cycle with my thyroid. So it was helpful to be laying in bed with pillows, right? Because then there wasn't any part of me that's like, oh, I'm tired of holding my hand here. No, it's fine. Well, the pillows are there. I could lay there for hours. I would never get tired. It's fine. So the more comfortable you can be, the better. The awareness is not distracted by discomfort, but can just focus right in on what needs to be addressed. especially if you have a headache or something, right? Because when it's up here, it's really hard to hold your hands up for a long time.